Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying the story. Thank you. Chapter 10. The Shadow's Reach. The bioluminescent jungle seemed to hold its breath as the luminary tribes led the way deeper into its heart, the glow of emerald and sapphire trees casting long, flickering shadows. It was around 4 a.m. Central Daylight Saving Time on Monday, May 27, 2025, in the group's journey through the parallel world, where time flowed with the jungle's pulse rather than a clock's tick. The air carried a new urgency since the judgment ceremony. The tribes chant a steady rhythm that urged them onward toward the Shadow's Master, a threat Zara had spoken of with a tremor in her melody. Vines parted like curtains at her command, their amber patterns pulsing in sync with her skin, as she guided the fragile alliance forward. Isle, her crimson blazer torn at the hem, walked with a steely resolve, her green eyes scanning the foliage for danger. Her fiery aura flickered, a reflection of her determination to end this corporate war before it consumed Nova Vita. Beside her, Curse, her utility vest streaked with glowing sap, kept pace, her almond-shaped eyes alert, her sparkles absent as she focused on the mission ahead. Junas followed closely, his dark skin catching the jungle's light, his brown eyes fixed with a determination that mirrored Isle's but burned with a need for redemption. His hands, clenched into fists, the weight of his guilt still heavy, but his choice to return the vial had earned him a tentative trust among the tribes. Zara's melody softened as they approached a shimmering rift in the jungle, a jagged tear in reality itself seemed to pulse with a cold, violet light, a portal unlike the one they'd used before. "This is the Shadow's echo," she sang, her voice a mournful note. "Your world's darkness here, and it draws the master near." The tribes formed a protective circle, their etherweb powers flaring, vines coiling, light-bending illusions shimmering, windweavers stirring gusts to shield them. A weave singer hummed, her voice summoning a barrier of glowing light around the group, its surface rippling like water. Before Isle could respond, the portal rift crackled with energy, and a figure stepped through, a man in a sleek, black exosuit with Eternaglo's neon pink logo emblazoned on his chest. His pale skin contrasted sharply with the jungle's glow, and his icy blue eyes locked onto the vial in Zara's hand with a predatory glint. "I am Varkas, Eternaglo's enforcer," he said, his voice smooth but edged with menace. "Lefu promised us the Etherweb. I'm here to collect." In his hand, he held a device that pulsed with a heartbeat rhythm, its energy destabilizing the jungle's barrier, the light bender's illusions flickering. Lefu, still bound by vines but now dragged along by the group, smirked despite his predicament. "Told you," he sneered, his silver hair glinting. "You can't stop progress." Isle's aura flared, her eyes narrowing as she stepped forward. "You sold us out to Eterna Glow," she spat, her voice raw with betrayal. "How many more are coming?" Lefu's laugh was cut short by a vine tightening around his throat, Zara's amber patterns flaring with anger. Varkas raised his device, a wave of energy surging forward, shattering the barrier of light. "Enough talk," he barked, his exosuit humming as he charged, a plasma blade extending from his wrist. The luminary tribes reacted swiftly, vines lashed out, their venomous tips glowing, but Varkas's suit deflected them, the blade slicing through. A wind weaver summoned a gale, leaves spiraling like daggers, but Varkas countered with inhuman speed, his suit's thrusters propelling him forward. Junas acted on instinct, tackling Varkas mid-lunge, the two crashing into a glowing tree. "Not again," Junas roared, his shadows flaring, as he wrestled for the device. Curse drew her stun weapon, firing a pulse at Varkas's suit, its circuit sparking but not failing. Isle joined the fray, her hands slamming into the ground, a technique she'd learned watching the tribes, channeling her anger into a burst of heat that scorched the earth around Varkas, slowing him. Zara's melody rose to a crescendo, a weave singer joining her, their voices summoning a storm of light and vines that enveloped Varkas. The jungle itself seemed to life, its pulse thrumming with fury, as tendrils bound Varkas's suit, his plasma blade dimming. "Your shadow ends here," Zara sang, her amber eyes blazing. The vial in her hand glowed brighter, its etherweb essence fueling the jungle's strength. A moment later, Varkas collapsed, his suit powering down, the device rolling free. Isle grabbed it, her chest heaving, a bead of sweat dropping, as she crushed the device under her boot. "No more," she whispered, her voice breaking. Curse helped Junas to his feet, her sparkles returning, a sign of relief, as she smiled at him. "You're with us now," she said softly. Junas nodded, his shadows fading, his determination renewed. Zara turned to the portal rift, her vines sealing it shut, but her expression remained tense. "The Shadow's Master sends pawns," she sang, her voice heavy. "More will come. Your world must return, heal this rift." Isle met her gaze, a silent agreement forming. They'd take the fight back to Nova Vita, confront the corporate forces behind this. The Luminary Tribes Alliance, now battle-hardened, would stand with them, their Etherweb a weapon against the Shadow's reach. As they prepared to move, a faint crackle echoed from LeFew's shattered calm. A voice, distorted but clear, Varkas failed. Send the enforcers. The jungle's glow dimmed, a ripple of unease through the tribes, as the corporate war loomed closer.